Middle Class Matt from don'tbuythehype.blogspot.com. And I am an unfiltered dose of reality to those who live in a fantasy world. And I don't mean fantasy football. And I am sports genius. Just finished watching Hard Knocks. This episode was super exciting. I love Hard Knocks. It is just, I've said this over and over in my videos, it is the reality show for men. I mean, it is fantastic. I love everything about it. When they get those cameras close to the players on the field, even during the games, I don't know how they get so uptight so much more and get the shots so much more than the cameras do from the network that are taping the shows. These guys are huge and they are so fast, the speeds they move at, and when they knock each other off their feet, decleat each other, you cannot believe that these guys have the force and the strength to move men that size. It's unbelievable. But watching the show, loving every minute of it. Reggie Bush was sort of, still not the centerpiece that I thought they'd make him, but they started talking about him a little bit more. How in the Carolina Panther game they didn't protect him. I'm kind of surprised because Jake Long is a great left tackle, and I drafted Reggie Bush on my fantasy team, thinking he was going to have a big season. He seems serious. He seems more like an adult. He threw his helmet in this Hard Knocks, wants to win games, and I see big production. You saw that against the Falcons. He started getting loose. They started blocking for him, and I think he can have a big season. Another interesting thing that happened was Ryan Tannehill. They asked him about the divisions in football and the conferences and how the teams separate. He didn't even know. He's a quarterback in the National Football League and didn't know. Now, you expect that from his girlfriend, maybe. Super good looking. All HBO wants to do is put that camera on her. I mean, she's in there for whatever reason they can make up. I mean, she's doing some lame, things in the stands, and they're just putting the cameras all over. Anything she does, they want to put her on TV because she's so attractive. But maybe her. But him, that's bad. I think any average football fan with a little bit of help could name all the divisions. I know I can, but I'm the sports genius. Anyway, so they start doing the cuts this episode, and that is brutal to me. I know what it feels like. I've been to jobs where I knew bosses were out to get me, and I thought I was going to be fired every job. And when that happens, it feels like the ceiling's falling in on you. Every time you walk over there, you're like, man, I don't want to go into this situation. Everybody's been in that situation where you just had a boss that was, after you. And it is no fun. And that's what these players are in all the time. All the time, those ones, I think they said they had 80-something players on the team. They have to cut it to 53. Every time they walk in, they could get fired. It is tough to perform under those conditions. And guys who do, I mean, it really shows their internal fortitude and how really good they are. So, some of the guys, they were talking about the rookies, interesting talk. They were talking about one side note. They were talking about the big guys on defense. These guys weigh 280, 290. We're talking about fighting little guys on the MMA. MMA guys would have a hard time with those big football players. People say size doesn't matter. Look at things up on the internet where size doesn't matter. Why do you think you have weight divisions? If you're outweighed by 100 pounds, you're going to have a hard time beating a guy. But not the point. Some of the guys are trying to make the team. One of them gets cut. His name is Chaz Alexi. Interesting story. If you didn't see this, you need to go look it up. It is super interesting. He tells a story about how he almost died. He drives his jet ski out into the Gulf of Mexico. Goes too far. His jet ski dies on him. Decides to get off and use the bathroom. When he does, the current takes a jet ski ride, and he is out in the middle of the ocean with no life preserver. Is there anything worse? And a helicopter finds the guy at the last minute. Crazy story. Look it up. One of the things I wanted to comment, I've talked about Joe Pillman a lot, but I've been trying to figure out why the Miami Dolphins are struggling with putting a team together and getting free agents. Why isn't this an elite organization when it's an elite city? And I really don't love Jeff Ireland. Now, I may be wrong about him. He may be really smart. Like I said, I like Joe Pillman. Disciplinarian, doesn't like the guys cussing, fines guys, wants people to be on time. If you don't think being on time is important, then you've never run a business. Then you don't know anything about business. I hear people say, man, who cares about that? Look, I'm late sometimes too for things. But it is not acceptable as a boss to allow people to be late if you want to run a good business. Joe Pillman is that disciplinarian. We'll see if he can coach. Now, Jeff Ireland, they decided to trade Vontae Davis. And I really didn't like the way he handled that. He kind of just pushed the guys out that were being cut. Those are the guys that need encouragement and advice. Hey, look, man, you went out there and you played hard for us, but there's just certain things you didn't do. We need you to do A, B, and C, and you did A and B, but you didn't do C. Give him some advice. He's trying to give Vontae Davis after just trading him, kicking him off his team. Look, he's going to another team. He's going to make money. He said he was being transparent. Maybe he was doing the right thing, but almost like he was taking shots at him at the end. To me, it's like, hey, we got a good deal. We couldn't pass up on it. You've been a good ball player. We wanted you to be great, so you need to go work hard. That's maybe all he needed to say. But I just didn't really like the way that was. I didn't like the way he handled that. So maybe he's the problem. Not sure yet, though. I'm interested to see. I'm not saying necessarily that trade was a bad deal. Might have been probably a good deal to get rid of that for him. He got a second pick, and something else. But that's what I would have told the guy. I said, look, we got such a good deal we couldn't pass it up. Sorry, you're a good player. You would have started for us, but you're going to have to go. We're gonna send you to another team. Good luck. But anyways, I'm going to keep my eye on him and see what that's like. Now, be sure to check out all my other videos. I'm Middle Class Matt. I got picks. I got season predictions. I got fantasy talk. I've got basketball videos. I got tons of great things on this channel. Be sure to check it out. This is Middle Class Matt. I'll check you next time.